Hello, welcome to Rolling Escapades Season 2. This is the second in our sort of character intro Session 0 things. This one specifically is for Swin's character, Parr.
Oh, that's what that says.
Parr, the dwarven battlemaster fighter, I believe, if I remember correctly. Old mercenary. This is a little extract from his backstory, a bit like the last one you would have seen would have been Nathan's characters, which if you haven't seen, go watch it because it sort of ties a little to this bit.
What now?
Not you.
Now. Oh, right, not me.
No, yeah.
Quite actually.
As always,
Later.
Destai is our returning sponsor for Season 2 because they love us. Awesome makers of chainmail goodies, things like keyrings and dice bags and awesomeness.
I don't need my phone. I don't have a character sheet.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
There's a
Wait, let me do that too. That's where I imagine the thing nearly goes.
Oh, yeah, you've got to keep track of your hit points.
There's a link in the description to their shop where you can browse the various wares they have on offer. You will also find in the description links to Christopher Rose's stuff, who is currently doing commission work for us and is creating some fantastic artwork of all of our characters, which actually he is working on literally right now because he's just sent me some renderings.
Nice.
For a couple of characters, but because we don't have them yet, you will not see those images until the start of the actual campaign. But there is a link there to his stuff where he does commissions for D&D artwork. He also is the author of Izzy's underused or most used airships, I believe, is the book on DM's Guild. It's pretty cool.
What's that?
Yeah. It's the same guy. Yeah.
Nice.
Which lists of an airship vendor called Izzy who sells airships, and there's like weirdly enough, there's like 5 airships in it or something, and the rules for them. And then there's a second book he's recently released, I think a couple of months ago, for Izzy's aerial combat, which introduces how you can run 5th edition rules for doing aerial combat between airships, which is also pretty sweet. So.
Literally flying pirates.
Yeah.
That sounds like a giggle.
One of the airships is literally a pirate airship.
Nice.
It's amazing. I believe there's a drow ship as well. Yeah,
Does it have
there's
constant
some. I
darkness
have the
spell on
PDF. There's some really
Does it have
cool
tentacles?
stuff in it.
That's a really big umbrella.
But yeah, so he's cool. Go check his stuff out because it's awesome. Put it bluntly, I'm probably actually going to start using those airships soon and potentially use the airship rules. So,
I like airships. Airships cool.
they are. So yes, I spoke a little bit in Nathan's about what the point of these Session Zeros are, but just to reiterate, they're sort of like key points in the characters' backstories, or like as in key events, or stuff that is important to the character, just so people have a bit of an idea of what the characters are and do. You will notice that last time it was a one-on-one. There's a shit ton of NPCs in this. I wasn't playing with myself on camera. It's just not appropriate. So
I tried. I really tried to make him do it.
The table's not moving yet.
It's a secret I've learned to just use my genes.
So today we learned Liam goes commando.
Waiting for the tearing sound.
But yeah, so 4 people here are NPCs. They're gonna die. Maybe. I don't know. Will they?
It says we know any one language. Can I choose Elvish?
That is true. Can I choose
You all know Dwarvish in common because you're dwarves.
Oh, I want to be
Underdog? Missile?
I only know Druidic, so I don't understand what.
No, that is not. No.
the derailment starts once again.
There's none of the derailment. So we're gonna get into what's actually gonna happen now.
Death and destruction.
That's a good intro because where we start is on a battlefield. There is the smell of much death in the air. Many people have already died. There's a sort of dwarven encampment behind you guys, as you guys are standing in formation in the second line of a block of dwarven warriors, facing down one of the last sort of standing bastions of human defences. It's a human fort that you are assaulting. Siege weaponry is prepared to the back of the battle line and is intermittently placed throughout the ranks. You can see across the fort in front of you 4 sizable towers, an exterior defensive wall around the outside of the fort, plus in front of the wall a defensive wall of men-at-arms. The whole wave of humans standing there with spears and bows and stuff, ready to defend their walls. The walls have various trebuchets and ballista, as well as archers sort of scattered across to add a bit of ranged defense. As you're sort of standing there nervously waiting, as you want to do in a battle line, staring each other down, there is a horn blown from somewhere behind you, and the line in front of you starts running. My assumption is you follow.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Follow
So
train.
you start rushing yourselves forward. As you do so, the siege weaponry, the ballista and trebuchets you have behind you start launching their loads forwards, and the things you are running towards start unloading towards you.
Right.
Fucking hell! I have 5 Laura Baileys.
No.
I told you, spillage is leaking.
As you guys are running, you see the rocks that are being launched of your trebuchets are hitting their walls and smashing holes through the walls. From their trebuchets are just like ploughing through your lines. You're watching massive swaths of infantry just being obliterated. You do also see things like tiny beads of fire and like arcs of lightning being launched out from across both sides, but they never actually seem to reach the other side's lines. There's various barriers that are just causing it to dissipate before it strikes. So a whole bunch of anti-magic field just sort of floating around everywhere to stop as much magic as possible.
This can't possibly go wrong.
Otherwise, that'd be over in no time.
As you guys close down the gap and you get to where the wall is, there are arrows starting to be launched down. Some of the men on the walls are picking up rocks and throwing them over as well. The initial foray is quite brutal, but your front line more or less survives to the wall, through the wall of men and to the actual wall before they're cut down.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What am I?
And as you guys, they're dropped by the arrows and the rocks. And as you guys crest up beneath them, one of your trebuchets launches a rock that smashes apart the wall in front of you, and you are free to break through into the courtyard.
It's a trap, guys. It's a trap.
Fuck off. But you do notice there are a few sort of along this exterior wall. You can see a few holes through the wall where the trebuchets have just been ploughing into things and knocking it down. And other people have started to break through, and there are little like scuffles and fights going on where those other breaches are. And as you step through and are ready to go, you come face to face with the first opponents you've actually seen. There are 8 humans who are standing here defending you. I would like everyone to please roll initiative.
Whoa! It's 2 times the number it normally is.
Oh, nice.
Where's that?
That's a
No.
good first roll for this character.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
14, 15, 16.
Suddenly,
Nice.
we have the Churchill dog.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Ah, no.
Elite. Did anyone get above 20? You can't get
What?
above 20.
Magic dice.
If any of you got above 20, you fucking cheated. Apart from Parr.
Wait. Let me just add that.
Yeah, no.
+1.
I know you did.
No.
You complained about your roll. So 20 to 15.
15.
16.
Oh, okay, we're not
Okay.
so fucked.
Cool.
Oh, we're okay.
16 has a name of
Geordie.
Geordie.
Oh
not
shit,
the-
we got to do names, right? Yeah.
Pick something vaguely Scandinavian.
Yeah, sure.
Scandinavian?
And 15 has a name of
Nordic.
I don't know.
Huh?
Siggy.
Siggy, cool.
Elmer, Sven.
15 to 10.
I like that one. 14.
14 has a name of
Sven.
Sven.
Wow. You're welcome.
Yoink. Thank you. I have one.
Just like, can I? Wow, you
Did
literally.
you just do the
Roll a
conversation
deception
backwards?
check, you cunt.
Yoink.
No, that's
thank
just
you.
a
Can I have one?
Last number? 4.
Should
Oh
it
no,
be
and Parr. I
thank
didn't
you,
get Parr
Yoink?
either.
6.
6, hey! And 4, what is your name?
Linus.
Linus. I hope you're watching.
So do I.
I assume that's someone you know.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the accent, don't worry.
Oh god.
Oh, I thought it was your character had a security blanket.
So, funny enough, going up first are the Humies.
Oh, what a shocker.
Some people gonna die.
We're so fucked.
So you see, there are before you eight humans.
I'm sure you only said 4 last time.
No, he said
Right.
I said 8. 7 of them are wearing leather armor, carrying maces and heavy crossbows.
Okay, yeah.
Weird.
Weird.
Weird, I know. What? Tom just looked down.
Gotta love the thug stat block.
The pack tactics coming on, guys.
One of them is wearing chainmail and has a shield and a mace.
Oh look, it's a captain.
That one's Parr's. I'm leaving him alone.
I mean, yeah. So those guys are going first.
I'd like to issue a challenge.
Oh no, wait, he's coming straight at you. So as you guys have broken through into this thing, you're sort of having to form a defensive circle because they react quicker. So they've got an outer circle, you guys have an inner circle. The 4 small people are getting 2 each. You're just getting the big guy.
Yep.
But you know everything's in 5 feet or something. All right, so Parr, we're gonna go against you first. That is a 22.
That hits.
Rip.
A 22.
Rip. 22?
No, a 16.
Oh, okay, so 2 hit.
2 will hit. Bink and bink.
This is weird looking at that AC.
That is 9, 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
What?
And also, because I forgot they existed,
With an AC.
hang on, 12. Sven, you got a 14, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Yep. So I'm just realised I need to get this book out.
Where are you pulling that from?
Yes.
Frozen
Because you guys do also have someone else with you.
Ooh.
Because you have your mercenary cleric.
Oh, nice.
Thank
Right.
You have a cleric attached to your block.
Nice.
Any
So-
healing?
Marda.
Mada. I hate you all. Don't worry, you will need healing. Cool. So yes, you have Orsic the Claren.
The Claren? That's
Wow.
a good title.
Right, that's the first one against you. Cool. So we're doing 2
Is
against
it just 11
Linus.
total?
Huh?
From the 2 attacks, just 11 points?
Yeah.
Fucking weakling. Alright.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're not
I
very
was
strong.
expecting a lot more than
They're
that.
thugs.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
First one hits you. Second one also hits you. Third one hits you, and fourth one
Rip.
hits you.
Oh, good. 11 AC, so good.
Yep, that's right. You got a crap ton of hit points.
Yeah.
Really?
32. Could be worse.
That is more than my character's got for this actual campaign.
It's only 8 less than I do.
Actually, yeah, that's more hit points than probably my like.
75.
That is 16 points of bludgeoning damage from the mace.
Half my hit points.
From
Okay.
2 people with 2 attacks each.
How much was that?
16. Hitting all four.
Almost half.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It is.
I know.
Exactly.
Sven. Hits.
It's like he doesn't need to know our AC, guys.
It's almost as if they have advantage as well.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
That hits.
Nearly didn't though.
It'd be weird if this was also 16.
That's 18 points of damage.
It was near enough. What's that? That's that.
And we're going to go for 2 against
So it's just going
Geordie.
up every person we go round by 2 points.
That one misses.
So 20,
Bollocks.
26.
What?
Missed you.
That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. Alright, only 3 hits for Geordie.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
a
but this will be
ninja.
like 23 damage just to make up for it.
Yeah.
13 damage.
No.
And then Siggy. Hits. 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 Hits.
Ah!
But 15 points of damage.
You were hoping for a different pattern
Sure.
to emerge there, weren't you?
So they
Miss, yeah.
step in and clobber. You guys look hurt, but they went first, so.
Yeah.
Geordie.
Yeah. The one who hit me twice.
Yeah, go for it. Kill that guy.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got him. Yes.
Thank you, advantage.
Bloody hell.
No, I didn't hit him on that one.
Woo! Cool.
1 and a 9, 2 and a 6.
That's an amazing 4 damage.
Awesome.
Oh, look at that 4 damage.
Big 4.
Cool.
Yeah, big
Siggy.
4.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing.
Go for it.
Batter.
That's going to hit.
That hits.
Yep.
That hits as well.
They're really easy to hit.
Why did you have to wait for the second dice to stop?
Might be
Might be
20.
crit.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah,
10.
people roll 20s, don't they?
Some people.
10 clobber damage.
10 clock damage. Cool. Sven.
Oh god, that probably don't, does it?
Is it 11?
That's 10. No, that misses.
10 does indeed miss.
Well done, you found the one number.
13 will hit.
That
Yeah.
will hit.
Yeah, 5 damage.
Yeah.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, yeah.
7 damage.
7 damage.
7 damage.
7 on the
Sure.
bonk.
Cool. Up next is Orsic,
Oh, no.
who casts Spirit Guardians.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And then, because he's got a feat, we'll also do a healing word on Parr. Healing you for 4.
Great.
He was missing 2. But cool.
I was missing more than that.
Missing
Is he?
11.
Oh.
Yeah, he took a bit.
Yeah.
I took a slight smack. Not as much as you, but you know.
Yeah, someone hit you in the face with a mace.
We are minions.
We are.
Okay.
We are.
Parr.
Right, let's twat that captain.
Go for it.
Crap.
Had a yup.
With advantage.
Advantage?
He doesn't.
He does
Oh,
that.
is he?
It's not
Oh,
bad.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
He's an actual character.
For you. Or
13.
shame.
13 bounces
Oh, no,
off of
chainmail.
his chainmail.
Do I have
So you do second attack. Yep.
Oh, that's going to hit. Because that's stuff.
19.
Plus numbers. Yeah, that definitely hits. Are you using any maneuvers?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm
Go
just going
for
to
it.
smack him with a hammer.
Go for it.
That's 8 points of damage.
Sweet. Brings him down to that.
Honk.
Awesome. And we come to, are you action surging? Anything else?
No, not yet.
Cool. Linus,
Blues and blues, reds and reds.
go for it.
13 and 17.
So those will both solidly hit.
2d6 plus 4. That's 5 plus 4, 9.
9, which puts them at that much. Sweet. Awesome.
This is why
So people are dying around you. There's screams of pain. Ah.
the sounds of
I think it's more like,
war.
Someone got stabbed and went, ah.
Someone
Yeah,
just
they're
went.
really high.
Or someone got someone got burned alive and they're like,
Why nay?
Yeah, there's still like explosions and stuff going off. Your siege weaponry is still mostly active. Theirs at this point is sort of collapsed because the wall was
Wasn't me that time.
I didn't feel a vibration.
I did.
The chips are there, man. Don't do that.
They're poisoned now.
You do notice that the fort has had its outer wall is starting to take impact hits from the trebuchets now. So it's a matter of time until that collapses. We go back up the top. Thugs go.
Oh no.
Attack number 1 against you, Parr. 18?
No.
That punches off your shield.
Bong.
19.
No.
No?
My AC
Oh,
is 20, yo.
That's right. Nice. Third one would also miss. Ping, ping, ping. Cool. Going back around this way, we've got Linus.
That's better on.
Hit.
Oh, leather.
Miss.
we grunts.
We haven't even got shapes.
Miss.
Yes!
Go to war, just like a.
Miss.
What the fuck?
I live!
8 points of damage.
Fuck!
That was Max.
Makes up for it, I suppose.
Wait, so he missed 3 times?
Yeah, and then still hit me for 8.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Sven.
Yes, I
Yes.
am.
That's a hit.
Get it.
If I get another one, I die.
That's a hit.
Oh god.
That's a miss. Fucking hell. That's also a miss. That is 9 points of damage.
Okay.
You're almost there.
Oh wait, at the start of the turn they have to make a whole bunch of wisdom saves. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Leader dude fails. And then I've got 8 other dudes. Fail, fail, fail. 1 pass.
Good roll.
Fail, 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 pass.
I
That's
like
3
it.
passes.
Bloody hell.
That was the
2
changing
passes.
stuff.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's cocked, but impressive.
You cocked a D4?
No,
I
only
cocked
I,
a D8.
D8.
only I can cock
Wow.
D4s.
In the dice tray.
In
Yeah.
the dice tray, yes.
What's wrong?
I don't know.
I mean, I've cocked a D4
Alright.
Yeah.
So-
I did it twice on a 9.
12. 12. 12. 12.
They're looking a lot worse off now.
12.
Yeah, they are.
12.
I mean, we didn't do anything really.
12.
Kind
I
of.
did,
just went
4
doom.
points of damage.
I did 9.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I hit you for damage. I go around to Geordie. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit.
This is not going to last long,
And
guys.
crit.
That's a miss.
Oh. Maybe I should say crits more often.
Please don't.
Just do it only on,
Did you
do
do
it
that to
only
me on
on
Tuesday?
par.
Wait, that's a crit, and I missed you. Something.
I sometimes
11 points of damage, Geordie.
generally
You
when
did it
people,
to
generally
Eve
when
out
people
one
roll
time.
2d6 on greatswords and get to reroll 1s and 2s, if they ever have to reroll anything, I say 1 and they always roll 1s on the reroll.
And then Siggy
He's strapped in.
misses.
Like the person, like Andrews, usually sits here, he rolls 2 2s.
Misses.
No, other word 1s, and he rolls snakes.
Misses.
Multiple times this has happened.
Fuck off.
Oh.
Like a hit, like a hit.
The whip. Scary.
Oh, the whip.
Geordie.
Hey!
Yay.
Hey!
Ugh. 8.
8.
It's something.
Cool. Yeah, Siggy.
Hit.
Cool.
Hit.
No.
Go for it.
That's 12.
I'm trying to make you crit.
Alright. Really? But 12.
So that guy's dead.
Woo!
You,
I'm dead.
you crush his skull.
Is there anywhere I can move that means there's more people next to me?
Yeah, you can move sort of closer into Geordie.
Right.
Woo!
I'll do that.
Cool. Perfect. Sven.
Go. Wow, what's with these rolls tonight? No, that's a miss.
Fucking hell.
Oh, that's a crit.
Okay.
Alright.
The total on the previous thing is added to 9.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh look, that's the number you rolled on the D20 beforehand.
He looks really hurt, but he's dead. Not dead.
But he's dead. I imagine he probably would be.
You don't know, he might have just died from like poisoning and looked completely fine.
He looks really hurt.
Oh yeah, that's what those bowel movements smell like. Not fear.
He looks really hurt. You look him in the eye. Oh, look, heart attack.
You knocked his head off, but he didn't, like,
It's so clean that it's just
Yeah. So now he's a zombie.
Is it in your head?
Nope.
Bam.
He looked really hurt, but is still alive.
Oh wow. So he's still
Is
dead,
it a
though.
female woman?
Hey man, Mercer said that.
He
I'm
also
less
did.
annoyed.
Is it a dead corpse?
I don't think I've said that.
No, but I'm waiting for that one.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Allsick will summon a Warhammer. And is going to hit the one that Siggy was going into. Not Siggy, Sven.
I mean, technically, zombies are alive corpses. So.
True.
That guy dies as a spiritual Warhammer just through him.
Just Necromancer's best friend.
And then he is going to do a level 2 cure wounds. What's that. On Linus. That is 13 points of hit points.
Nice. 13 points of hit points.
Exactly. That is him done. Parr.
Hi hop. Yes.
Cool.
I think I've hit on a 20 total.
Yep.
No, I know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's 9 points of damage.
Sweet.
And then the second smack. 9 plus 8, I think I've hit.
9 plus 8 is not a hit.
Oh.
That's weak.
It just misses him.
Slightly.
Okay. Linus.
I'm gonna go swing at the captain bloke.
Okay.
Same again. That's 17, and that's also a 17.
Neither of those hit. They bounce off his shield.
Oh, plus
Oh, plus number.
plus numbers.
Okay, plus force, both of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
they both hit. They don't.
Yeah.
They bounce off his shield, but in doing so, like break the arm or something. I don't know.
7 plus numbers, plus 4, I think.
Yeah.
So 11.
Cool. He's looking pretty hurt. Still alive, but looking hurt. So on his turn, he's gonna continue with what he was doing and try and bring down Parr. Attack number 1 hits. Attack number 2 misses. And attack number 3 also misses.
I know what he is.
That is 5 points of damage to you.
Cool.
And then we'll carry on. Linus, the first one hits. Second one misses. Third one that's cocked misses. Fourth one hits. That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Against Sven, that is a miss. That is a crit.
No.
Eat down. Probs.
That is a miss. And that is a miss.
The minimum's 4 damage at the moment.
5 hit points.
Ah.
see if Liam rolls 1s.
Even if he rolls ones, I think he.
Did you
Did
roll
you
once?
Snake Eyes?
Oh no.
He did the inverse, didn't he?
That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Cool.
Not so easy now, is it?
It was never easy.
Sven drops down.
I go sleep.
That's cool. You're not dead yet.
That's bleeding out everywhere.
Yeah. So Geordie, one of them is attacking you. That's a hit and a miss. That is 5 points of damage.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And then Siggy, the other 3, no, 2 are going for you because you killed one.
Okay.
That's a miss. That's a hit. Oh. That's a miss. That's a hit.
Can't
that
kill
is
me. Ha.
8 points of damage.
I'm glad I got the heal, otherwise I'd have been unconscious from that damage.
Cool. Then we go to Geordie. You got one guy in front of you who looks pretty hurt.
Did they make their second round of wisdom checks?
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Don't forget it's there.
Did
that
they
guy.
do? And would they have vision?
Yeah, would they have picked me? Would they use those mercenaries? Apparently.
I mean, he knows what I said.
Yeah. We all speak that language, yeah.
We'll find out. Leader passes.
Warfish is not the Swedish chef, god damn it.
Or Magicka.
Yeah,
Pass.
Chicken.
Please.
Alright, the leader dude passed. Half the others passed.
What?
So 4 passes, 3 fails. There's 12, 14 damage. Okay, that guy's dead. That guy's dead.
That's 3.
That guy's on that. He's now on that. He's now on that. He's on that. And he's on that.
Does that mean there's 5 standing?
There is currently 5 standing, however, you still have those.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Does anyone take less damage or more damage or?
I think splitting attacks. Did I attack everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Shit.
Yeah, it's fine. Just leave it how it is.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I fucked up. That's cool. Geordie, go. You only have one dude in front of you now. The other dude just got popped by spiritual guardians.
Cool, I'm having him then.
Yeah. Well, 2, but.
Well, I say that.
You are.
I'm hitting that one.
Twice.
Oh, hit him twice.
Go for it.
Nice.
11.
You're dead.
11.
Oh, man.
Cool. Siggy.
That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a miss. 7.
That guy is still alive.
7 splat damage.
Sven, make a death save.
What, am I adding anything?
No.
No.
9.
No.
That's a fail.
9.
Fortunately, Orsic does a good old 3rd level cure wounds.
TNPCs for the win.
It's another stat block.
Yeah.
We'll do that. 17 points of healing.
Woo! Feel
That's what I
revitalized.
used to be on.
And the spiritual weapon will hit the other one around Siggy and does exactly what it needs to kill that one. Right, you got a leader and 2 normal dudes left. Parr.
Allez, hop. No.
No.
Allez, hop.
Oh!
Tease. But 14 plus 8, I think it's going to hit.
Oh, that'll hit. Yeah, 22 hits. Bam!
Ow. Weak. 7 points of damage.
That's enough.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Lol.
Crush, his head's popped. Awesome. Linus, you got one next to you and there's one next to Sven.
Donk.
Oh, Sven, not Siggy.
That's an 11 plus numbers.
Hits.
7.
Still alive.
That's 17 plus numbers.
Hits.
Which is 7.
Still alive.
Fucking hell.
When it comes to their turn, that guy fails. That guy fails.
It's almost as if they've got bad wisdom.
I know, isn't it?
I'm going to guess around 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe with 11 decks.
One more is dead. There's only one left. Go, Geordie.
15 strength, they're hitting quite hard, right?
Yes.
Nice.
That was nearly max.
14.
But he's also now dead.
Whap.
Splat.
Sweet.
Alright.
So your first quick instant foray, you have taken a beating.
Oh, my head. Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Springer hit the head so hard he went squish.
We didn't sound like that before. What the hell happened?
Hit the
Pretty
hand,
good,
sent
pretty
it in the
good.
brain.
Why are you speaking Elvish now?
Please.
So, the fights around you are still ongoing, but obviously the main focus of your attack is to take the fort. So at this point, there is an opening in the fort wall in the direction you are already heading in, which you will run towards. You will leave everyone else fighting because that's for them to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be the first people in the wall, inside through the fort. You step through into a corridor where the trebuchet rocks that are going through the left side of the corridor has collapsed, so you can only turn right.
Oh, I see. It's a corridor within the wall.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not broken through both sets.
No.
of walls.
Yeah.
Right.
Smash through the outer wall and collapse a section of it. So you're forced to go in one direction. You run through there. You pass through. It leads through into various other rooms. You pass what is clearly some sort of armory of sorts.
Any shields in there?
There are indeed shields. You guys may help yourself to shields.
12 AC.
13.
Yeah, even better. Big numbers, yeah.
Look at that AC. That's Wizard's AC there, and I'm holding a fucking shield.
You know.
Hey, you don't ask, you don't get.
That's true. Is there a magic potion in there that makes me stronger?
No.
No. Weird that.
Weirdly enough.
That upgrades me to maybe like a challenge
One.
1.
There's this magical potion called PC Saplock.
Breaking from a similitude thing. Yeah, that one.
But so you pass through various rooms before you come out into still a corridor, but it's like a larger corridor. It's supported by various pillars. It looks a bit strange in here. You've been running through, and you're dwarves. You recognise stonework. You've mostly seen human stonework. This looks a little bit more elvish in nature, which is clearly explained when, after sort of quick scanning of the room, there is indeed an elf in this room with 3 other humans who are in the process of. They were actually heading across the corridor towards you, but as they spot you, you spot them. There's a female high elf.
Oh, fucking elves.
Fucking hells, man.
Yeah, who is just wearing
Sven's got a
blue
little back
robes.
He's got what?
Real bad concussion.
Oh.
And
I
is
heard a
carrying,
little whoopee cushion.
That's well.
Hey, sit on this.
is carrying on her hip a slightly like glowing blade that is crescent shaped.
Nope, do not like. Nope.
Alright.
Let's have everyone roll initiative, please.
Blade, maybe.
Yay!
Oh!
Bad number.
No! One more than my last
Get
roll!
hit by dice.
One less than your last roll.
I stole your roll. I stole your roll.
You passed it on!
No way. Did you two just roll the same?
No, we rolled. Our dice hit, and then he got a number that I should get, and I got a good number.
Rip.
I think yours was about to do that as well.
Yeah. You stopped my dice from rolling to 2, and I knocked your dice off wherever it was going to land on.
Isn't that so nice of you?
I mean, hey, I had right of way.
Right away.
Right away.
I'm the bigger dwarf. I need more space.
Yeah.
Obviously,
That's a
a
thing now.
she draws the blade.
Alphabetically, I go first.
Indicates
I'm
to
a J.
the
He's an S.
humans to attack. Anyone? Parr, did you get above 20?
No.
20 to 15.
18. Apparently,
Good.
Geordie's quite fast.
Good.
I'm just more aware of what's happening.
Ah!
I'm totally not aware of what's happening.
No, you've got a
That concussion, man, hit me hard.
15 to 10. 10 to 15. 10 to 5.
7.
Holy shit.
I rolled a 5 last time, got 6. Then I rolled a 6 this time and got 7.
I also have 7.
Roll off.
No.
No,
it's
because he's
faster.
got positive dex.
Oh, yeah, you are, yeah, of course, yeah, because you're
5 or less.
3.
1.
Wow.
Are they going first?
I think they
They're
might
elf.
be.
Oh,
So
they
the
know
humans,
Oh, they are, okay.
who, I mean, you know, they look a bit shit. They've got chain shirts, shields, and a spear each.
Better than what we've got.
yeah, man.
Hey, you got shields now.
Leather armor. Oh, the shield.
Stolen,
It might save us.
Stolen shield.
Yeah, stolen
I mean, they're human-sized shields. Like.
We should be tough, right? We're strong.
They look to the alpha gun, and she sort of indicates Parr as the one to go
Yeah!
One in splint mail and a tower shield.
for. Yes.
I concur. I concur, Elf Lady.
I
I
can see
concur.
that you are the lead character
go for
here.
leader.
You're the hero. Kill him.
There's one guy who looks like he's in charge, and 4 plebs.
Pleb number 1.
There's Grunt, so run away if you
Where's the
kill a
cleric
leader.
gone?
No, the guy's behind you.
Oh, thank God.
The
5
pleb
pleb.
doesn't look like a pleb.
Yeah.
3 spear attacks against you. That's a crit,
Lovely.
Oh, shit.
a 20,
Lovely.
and a 9.
Well, the 9's going to miss.
So yeah.
Well, that's an opening gambit.
Oh, you are actually looking
That's
good,
11
actually.
points of piercing damage.
That's cute.
Nip.
Single
Um,
digits? Yes, single digits.
Yeah.
That's them done.
Not a
Geordie.
point.
Oh yeah, I'm fast.
And now you're furious.
That's
So the humans have come forward and attacking us. The elf has stayed back. Is that
At the moment, yes.
right? I'm staying close to my buddies, so I get pack tactics.
Yep.
And I'm hitting the human.
Go for
well,
it.
trying to.
A human.
booming.
Does 20 hit?
Hits.
I think that's
Again.
cocked.
Cock, yeah.
Does 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
Oh. Johnny's the worst.
Hey, I've been
7 damage.
Alright, the human looks fucked up.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
The elf is next.
Oh, rip.
Whoa.
Well, what about me?
And she
Wait, the world goes before you.
You might go.
she draws her blade, which sort of as it draws like more of this light sort of just trickles out for it. It seems to be like moonlight.
Yeah, it's a
So they're
moon
coming
blade.
from her blade.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
Because elves get those.
Okay.
And then she sort of raises the blade and
Fuck.
it starts spinning around her.
Oh, shut now.
Yeah.
I ain't going near that. Whatever he's paying me is not enough. I'm going near that.
Need more ale. Fuck that.
That's that. Cool.
That's what I'm being paid. There's the elf. You know what I mean?
It's a whole other level.
And then, still doing all the spinning stuff, she will. Focus magic, yeah, cool. Point her finger at Siggy, and a blue ray of frost flies out her finger towards you. And misses on a 12.
Shield!
Bro, shield.
Hell yeah.
You cast shield.
You're the
That
brain.
last
of
one
the
you
grudge.
remember. Oh, I picked up one.
Oh yeah, I've got this bong! Fuck off.
And then
I
look
forgot
at
what
the
these
dead,
do.
you're like, oh.
I totally
Actually-
forgot when he said I roll a 12. I was like, oh shit, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, we've got
I
a
mean,
shield.
to be honest, I'm imagining I'm just there going, how do you actually use this? Oh.
So you're like that bit in Saving Private Ryan where the bullet pings off his helmet and he goes, ooh.
And they're going, no, left arm, left arm.
Put it
might
on
use my
your
right
hand,
for
you
my
lot.
mace.
He might be a lefty.
Really hard to block. Cool, Parr.
Oh, hello. So there's 3 humans in between me and this fucking elf.
Yep.
Yay.
Alright.
Smack a human then.
So where's like he's excited?
Where's the elf? Is the elf still back?
Yeah,
Okay.
elf didn't move.
We has crossbows, right?
17 plus 8.
What's my plan?
Yeah, but
17
let's,
plus 8.
Humans
one
first.
thing at a time.
Yeah, then.
The things that
Oh, that's
kill
max
us,
damage.
let's
That's
go
8
down.
plus 5.
Did you hit the one that was already hurt?
Sure.
Oh no, 8 plus 5. One of them's dead. Just one hit. One dies.
Out of my way,
Just
you
completely
fucking
crush his
pathetic
face.
things. 13.
That doesn't hit.
No.
Those are the humans, you've got to go fight the elf.
Cool.
Have you guys got crossbows?
Yes.
Shoot the fucker then.
That's my plan.
Up next is the.
You've seen our attack bonus on
We
them.
have shields though, so you need to put an action to put your shield away.
Dicks.
We'll drop it.
We'll drop it. It's attached to your arm.
Oh.
It's an action to take off a shield.
Never mind then. That's the same combat.
Sorry for the reason you're still alive right now.
I know, I'm not complaining.
Do I still have a bonus action?
Yes, you do.
Who's lowest on hit points out of you lot?
9.
5.
17.
Loads.
I'm going to use a thing to rally.
Whee!
So you're
If
going
you
to
do
gain some
battle
temporary hit
master
points
stuff.
of... Woo!
8.
8.
Nice.
Nice.
What's your charisma?
Of plus 0.
Okay. I just point it out. 8 temp hit points. Cool.
What did you say to him to rally him?
Fuck up.
Do better. I don't know. Good call with the shields. That's a nice idea.
Inspiring.
Okay.
What did they do?
Or sick.
Ow.
He said, what's going on? I'm just...
Orsic mutters a few words and his mace glows with like white energy, and he swings it towards one of the humans. He hits a human.
Yay.
Stupid woman.
Silly
Shut up now. Meatbags.
10, 13. So as he hits, there's like a blinding, like a white flash, and sort of white flames will lick out from his mace, and he does 13 points of radiant damage and 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Damn.
You did,
To
right?
this human who just whapped
Splat.
straight up. Cool. So we got one human left. Linus.
A bonk.
Yeah.
So 13 plus 4.
13 plus 4 hits.
Yay. That's 6 plus 2, so 8.
That's him dead.
Cool.
Splat.
You can run up to the elf and attempt to hit them.
Fuck no. No, not on your Nelly.
Then.
Oh, shoot.
This is why I made some changes.
Do drop shield, do go smack in face.
Did you min-max yourself?
I made some changes to
What
the
does
stats
leader
because
say?
of This.
Okay.
We look to leader. Does drop shield and use crossbow, or does go smack in face?
What does do?
Oh, you can do both. Is it going well? I don't know.
I know why he's going. He's got a concussion.
Is it
What's
going
yours?
well?
Lots
I
of
don't
us
know.
one of them.
No.
I mean,
No.
I'm there like,
you've not seen
shield
what an
isn't
elf
working.
can do.
Yeah, I know.
So maybe you could lean. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, man.
Cool. So
Smart.
Sven
Oh,
walks
fuck.
up to a wall and just sort of leans against the wall. Like, yeah, this is fine. It's not abnormal. He's prone to doing that. If it's going well, he doesn't see the need to exert the effort.
He just got
No
lean
matter
against
how
the
many
wall.
times you talk to him about it.
You have time to lean, you have time to clean.
Siggy.
I think Ziggy is now barbarian.
Awesome.
Berserker.
Did you multi-class?
Yeah, it took like some points in this here.
I think he's part motorbike, wasn't
He's just literally just
No,
attack.
he's secretly
No one else is up there yet.
I know. That's a 16.
16 gets caught by the blade as it spins around her.
That's a 6.
That doesn't even come close to hitting her. She just sort of sidesteps it.
I've still got the shield of the same arm as my mace. This is probably why.
Doesn't help.
Oh, for God's sakes, you're off hand!
I love it. He's like sword and shield. I'm just like this. Fuck knows what else. You're just like.
Geordie.
You feel like I've got the most incompetent group of people with me.
But you love us, really.
Sweet baby
Why they
Jesus.
put me with squad F?
I go and back Siggy up.
Go for it. Attack number 1.
And I
Like putting
attack
the
the
best
elf.
teacher bottom set.
Yes!
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 21.
Hits.
Yay!
Noise.
Yes!
19.
That also hits. Only roll. Hang on.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, yeah.
I'm doing things,
Oh,
but I have
no.
to check what the things I can do are.
Stuff and things.
He's hacking the game, lads. He's hacking the game.
Again.
Okay. Roll the first one on its own.
That's, yeah.
8.
8. Cool. Cool. Because as you hit her, there's like a flash of energy, and you feel part of your attack is ricocheted away from her. It does less damage.
But I don't hit Siggy, right?
No.
Okay.
It just does less damage than you would think it would have done.
And does he get to roll the other
You
one?
still get to do the damage on the other one.
Oh man.
Well, at least that one wasn't hard.
3.
Cool.
Wow.
They both did the same damage.
Right.
Fuck sticks.
Cool. It's her turn now.
Oh,
Wait, leaning against the wall is like doing nothing, right? It's just a move action, so he probably would have taken his shield off.
Sure.
Put your shield down.
He's just like, fuck this. It's heavy, man.
Now you can get your crossbow out.
He might just suddenly just go, oh, fuck it.
Okay, so you're lazy, you're angry, I'm flowers. What are you?
You're just loopy.
Seriously, is yours flowers?
Flowers.
Yours, I'm guessing, loyal or something.
Yeah.
So she grasps the blade spinning around her in one hand, and as she does, she
Could have gone somewhere very different.
does some hand movements, and I believe an incantation with her left hand. Yes. And
Such camaraderie amongst the ranks.
This is our character.
yeah.
No, I don't think that's in character.
No, in character for me is. That's it.
You are Arnie. You are Arnie.
In
the
her
dwarf.
left hand appears a long black blade,
Oh, lovely.
Oh dear.
Another
as,
blade.
as shadows sort of coalesce into her
Oh, that spell.
hand.
Almost like Shadow Blade, is it? It's like, yeah. It is cool there, isn't it, I think?
Then
Yeah, this isn't gonna hurt.
Not
It'll be
so.
fine.
How much necrotic damage?
1d8?
He's got 8 temporary hit
All
points.
the new bitch.
Hit John! Hit John!
You just both there like,
From behind your shields.
that's in her left hand. Then across her right hand, you watch as green flame licks up the blade.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Like a green
Green
flame.
flame
Flame blade, yeah. And she is going to
Definitely
make
know that
an
one.
attack against Siggy.
So how do you smell?
That's a 20 to hit.
Miss!
flowers.
Because I used the spell. Ow.
So you take
I'd like to rage. Oh wait, not barbarian.
Ah, fuck.
slashing damage,
Okay.
Oh dear.
4 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and then Geordie, this flame sort of engulfs Siggy and then leaps across to you,
Sure.
Oh.
and you take 10 points of fire damage.
Huh, okay.
So I'm on -1 health.
Siggy just hits the floor. Parr,
I'm gonna fucking charge this bitch.
go for it.
Hey up. 16.
Bounces off because as she finished that, the blade goes back to whirling around her and it misses.
Hey up. That's gonna hit because that's a 19 plus 8.
That will hit, yes. Are you doing a maneuver?
No, I'm just gonna hit her for 9 points of damage.
Sweet.
I think I'm gonna. Do I want to do the thing?
What thing?
Do I want to action surge yet? I think I do want to action.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is this a whole extra turn or just one extra thing?
You get an extra action.
Just one extra action. Okay. Ah, it's a 16 again.
Weak.
Yep. That doesn't hit. And then you
Wait.
get second attack.
Stop rolling off 20s, you bastard!
Hmm.
That's a miss again.
Okay.
I've rolled 3 16s there. Well done,
That's
mate.
quite
Unfortunate. Against the attack that did hit, there was that flash of light, and your warhammer got slightly pushed to the side.
Lovely.
Orsic. Is gonna attempt to guiding bolt her. He crits.
Nice. Go Carrot. Battle medic.
That's what medic. Doing a total of 33 points of damage.
Bloody hell.
Pop's still standing.
It's why that hole.
It hurts, doesn't it?
The shock made you
Yeah,
swallow.
no, it's fine. It was a long thin one, but the
Sure.
shot was just like.
which she isn't happy about.
No shit show.
Weirdly enough. But she is still standing. But she's now glowing. So
Gloning.
Linus,
She is probably moaning as well. Yeah, I'll run up and bonk her.
you get a you always have advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Always have advantage.
Okay.
So that's a 15.
No.
Doesn't hit.
The other one's a 22.
That does hit.
That's a 1.
Wow.
So 3.
Cool.
So good.
Awesome. We come to Sven,
Nope, that's bad.
which she looks hurt. She
Taking
does
that
look-
one down.
She does look hurt.
I'll shoot her with a
Go
crossbow.
for it.
Shoot her!
Wow.
Or not.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Just like, eh.
That was a 1 and a 2. He's just like,
Meh. It goes.
how the fuck did this work again?
It goes nowhere near her. Yeah, just like. Yeah. Ah.
There's the safety.
Siggy. Death save.
Whoop!
Yes.
9.
Cool. Geordie.
1/3.
I'm
What's
You
that?
do happy faces with us.
Is that a
I'm
skull?
grabbing Siggy and I'm dragging Siggy the fuck away from this mental elf wound.
Are you taking the disengage action?
If I can, whilst also dragging Siggy out of
It's
the
easy
way.
enough to pick him up, yeah.
Sure.
You can do that, cool.
Yep.
You'll take the disengage and you'll move 10 feet away from her.
Yep. Then I'm like, dude, do the thing. To the cloak.
Dude, do
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing.
Medic!
I need
Okay.
healing.
Well, it is her turn.
Mother. You're supposed to be dead. Sorry, Lord.
She disappears from where she is standing
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
and appears next to where you and Siggy have just moved to,
Oh,
Geordie.
chuffing bollocks.
Raises her blade and stabs towards Siggy twice.
Fucking hell.
Whoa!
No chill, man.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Yeah. That
Might
killed
be
you.
alright.
that's a crit, and you're already at 1 failed death save. So you guys watch as this elf just raises the sword, drives it into Siggy's chest, and he stops moving and struggling for life. And then she brings it back up towards Geordie.
Oh yeah.
That is a 15. That will also hit. Only does 5 points of damage.
Cool.
You down?
Geordie has keeled over sideways.
Even with the temporary hit points.
Yo, yeah, she hit that last turn.
She did. She cleared that last turn. That's fine. Parr.
Fuck's sakes, die already. 13 plus 8.
That will hit.
There we go. One of them.
2-dimensional headstone. 3D up 3 of the headstone. 3D.
7 points of damage.
Cool.
I rolled both my attacks in one hit, so that's me done.
Ah, cool. Alright. Orsic is going to run to.
Got nothing else to do, is it?
You can't help Siggy anymore. Geordie, have 5 more hit points.
Get back on your feet while you're on your knees.
I'm awake. I'm looking up in terror into the crazy
With
elf
dead
woman.
fellow soldier next to you.
That's a 17 plus numbers, and that's a 19 plus numbers. So
Nice.
21 and 23.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're using your mace, not crossbow. Yep,
Yeah.
cool. Those are both hitting.
Ooh.
And that is 14 points.
You bring the mace down and completely crush her skull,
Thank God.
avenging your friend.
Yeah.
She be dead now.
Yeah.
The weird, the weird like blurring stops.
Easy. Oh, sorry, sir.
That's better.
That's fine. Where you're standing, you can't hear any more signs of battle. There is also the elves rarely enter the battlefield themselves. They've actively avoided the battlefield as much as possible. The fact that you've run into an elf here, probably they were in charge of the fort. So you've potentially made things easier for the rest of your force. But as you're sort of Orsic steps up and sort of investigates the thing. Just as a point of interest. It's always worth checking the bodies of your fallen enemies to see what they've got.
I also loot Siggy.
2 shields!
If Siggy's got any money on him, I
2
like that
shields!
way.
2 bases.
2
I'm
crossbows.
double shield and mason it.
Heavy crossbows.
Five copper.
That
yeah,
was my
my
shoulder.
And then you remember, you lost 5 copper the other day.
What? Down that bed. Like that drunk.
Orsic finds of interest on the elf found 2 scrolls, which is interesting to him, and 2 little like slightly vibrating forks.
Oh,
Not
is
like,
it
not like.
tuning forks.
Yes, tuning forks.
A scroll of
2
Revivify?
2-pronged. No scroll of
Ah.
Revivify. He has a look through it and finds identifies. The scrolls as 2 scrolls of plane shift, which probably the elf was just about to get out of dodge.
Yeah. Past the tuning forks. Was like,
Yeah, and was just going to come back later.
yeah.
Just, you know what, I'm done with this shit. Bye.
I'll be back at some point.
Yeah.
See, that's cheating.
As you guys are standing around and sort of just looking weird and thinking about the fact that Siggy is dead, you all weirdly hear in your voices in your
In your
head.
voices?
Yeah. Well,
Do we hear?
Oddly enough, I hear everything in my voice.
In my voices, I hear heads.
yeah.
Talking heads.
Yeah. You all in your heads here. One of the other clerics that were assigned to one of the other various battalions, which is in itself a weird thing. Normally, you can only talk to one person, and you hear in your head the words "zombie."
That's exactly what I was waiting for. Right, who's going to say it? Who's going to fucking say it?
I did this.
They curse and then say the words, "Everyone get out, get," and the message ends.
Oh, he did.
Get out of what? What the fuck?
Um,
Can you reply to that?
also sort of like, you also heard it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Geordie begins running.
What?
As you
That's not
start-
done!
As you start running, back in the direction you came, where Sven is leaning up against the wall quite happily.
I'm going to clothesline him as I run past.
It's before you get there.
Oh, okay.
Through the wall, this weird, like, pink, purple mist with
Not the
sort
mist.
of white sparkles just sort of seeps
It's the
through
void.
the wall.
Not the mist.
Apparently a unicorn farted.
Sorry.
You're not a unicorn.
Part of it
yeah.
sort of just as Sven is moving forward, it's sort of like
He doesn't
You
do
got
that. You got it though.
the mist sort of just like lightly brushes across his fingers, where it's just like sleeping through, and his Sven, this hurts a lot, by the way, because you guys watch as his fingers start to just grow and grow and merge together, and where his hand was is now a tentacle. But as that's happening, the mist has sort of just like come further up and is like coating across his back and across him. And you watch as inside this pink weird mist, Sven ceases to be a dwarf. It's just his body contorts and twists.
He's now Cthulhian horror.
If you want something you want, it's like think of like Chaos Spawn, more or less just
Just one eye.
yeah. Where this mist has, and it's also sort of seeped across that corridor you came in through.
Cool. Not going back that way.
And you turn to look the other way, and it's advancing down the hall, down the corridor you're in towards you.
Are there any windows in that room?
There are no windows. There are just more walls, but it's also coming through those walls.
Oh, fuck me.
Fuck.
And Orsic looks at the scrolls of the fork and goes, "Well,
I like that plan. Everyone come around.
Yep.
Attempts to cast it. He casts it.
What's Sven doing?
He's
He's
sort of just like
Is he just
gibbering.
flopping
No,
around?
leave the Eldritch
He's
Horror
still
to
got,
its
he's still got
fate.
like legs.
This is what you get for leaning up against the wall and ignoring the fight.
He's not coming to try and hug us with his new
He's sort of just gibbering. Hasn't really noticed you.
Okay, cool.
Like his eye is still like growing out of his forehead, where his forehead was. Hasn't opened yet. You did like his eyes sort of merged, and it's a bit grotesque. It's not
Before we
pleasant.
go, should we put him down or just?
It feels a bit weird.
We don't have time.
He's already
I
got
have a
spell.
bad
We've gone
feeling.
up.
Can I see what's happened to his dead body?
Oh, where the mist starts running up, the same thing happens. It just starts contorting and twisting.
But nothing. But he's not like reanimating.
It's not reanimating.
Yeah, fortunate.
Yeah, as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
But Orsic
Nice
reads the
bird.
spell scroll, and there's a flash of like white light,
And this is how
Is
he's
there a
crash of
using
drums?
Illithid.
darkness, and you feel your body sort of pressed and contorted as you pass through into a different plane of existence.
Right.
Suddenly the light comes back and you have vision again. The first thing you guys are all aware of is colour. There is a lot of colour.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Grayscale.
The trees are purple.
Funny. You're in a.
The leaves are red.
Oh God, no! Did you just go there?
Yes.
The
Funny.
grass is also purple, but a different shade of purple.
Of course.
And Geordie, there are some lovely looking flowers around.
Let's start picking the flowers immediately.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh.
Okay, so Geordie steps
So
over and
lost
starts
it.
just picking flowers because my
Oh,
God,
God.
they're pretty flowers.
Oh God.
Where
What
the
the fuck? Is that such a great idea?
Oh, and I'm just oh.
But they're so pretty.
no.
Look, I've never seen these flowers before. This is
And then
amazing.
as
Very good,
Geordie
very
is
good.
walking forward, you guys notice that the grass sort of changes colour where he is. And Geordie, you start to find it like hard to walk. For some reason, it's becoming more and more difficult to move. But there's a really good flower on that bush in front of you.
Did you go pick it?
I strain against the difficulty to walk and head towards the bush.
You do, and you get there, and you pick this flower.
Anyone got blight?
And the rest of you don't really see what happens, or the other two of you at this point.
There's three, right?
Well, the priest, yeah, whatever. who's breathing quite heavily, actually. You sort of like, it's like you sort of blink and you sort of miss what's happening. But Geordie is gone.
Oh, God.
You got
And that
sucked into
flower just
What?
sort of floats to the ground. And the bush was like a yellowy colour, sort of yellowy green when you first looked at it. Right now it's pink. It's just pink, and then the pink sort of just gets soaked in.
That's what the where the
Where the hell are we?
fuck that?
And then you all feel this sort of like presence. It's almost as if like the trees move closer.
I think we should move.
I apologize for my comrade.
I don't know if anyone can hear me.
I don't know if we should stay here this long.
Yeah, also look around like, what do we want a chance? Trees or mist?
Trees.
Boss?
I mean, if we go back, do we go back in the same place?
I have no idea.
Oh.
You have tuning forks.
I don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that goes to a different location, because I don't think we're going to last very long here.
Yeah, which actually, as you're saying that, like, the grass is growing quicker. Like, the grass is growing.
Was one a flower, one a tentacle, and something
You need to
else?
do more tentacles
I
on
need
that,
to
dude.
see this after.
And you can, like, you both feel like grass sort of wrapping around your feet.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no, let's get out of here.
It's like, alright. John, cast it again. All is well. There's that flash of white and then darkness and the compression as you head back to wherever you came from or wherever the fort goes.
Wherever the fork goes.
And then you get that flash of white again at the end. That would be where you from the last time, where you just before you appeared. But it immediately turns pink/purple,
Oh no.
Oh.
and then darkness takes again,
Yeah.
and you feel yourself sort of shunted. And then there's a white flash, and you wake up in grassland.
Normal grass.
Normal grass. It is normal
Everything's the right
grass.
colour.
It's great.
Lying on the floor, your heads are spinning. You don't feel particularly nauseous. But you take a few moments to sort of gather your bearings and stand up. And you two stand up.
Oh dear.
Orsic just has blood dripping out of his nose, and his eyes, and his ears.
Well,
Boss,
shit.
I
Well,
don't,
he has
think
been
he's
like
gonna do
using
that.
this shit. He doesn't have spells.
And then as you're looking down, you realise there's sort of like a pink glow. And you turn, and easy enough to identify where you had been and where you are now. Because you've shunted maybe like 3 miles west. And where the fort was, and where your camp was, and where that river was, there's a large pink purple cloud that sort of just erupted over the area with these little silvery sparkles just you can just about make out the fort, or what you think was the fort. The colour's right, it's not the right shape. It's sort of like
Well, I'm assuming there's little
Technically.
pock marks in it everywhere from.
that would be the right shape for what you expect.
Oh.
It is not the right shape. The actual fort is sort of twisted and
Made
been
tentacles.
contorted by whatever this cloud is or was. The holes have gone. You can see like movement on the top of the battlements. So it's not identical. You can
It's
just
red.
see things just sort
Yeah,
of
it's
like.
still alive.
But you can see around the base of the fort, there are,
That was moth.
there are things moving around the fort, but none of them look human, or dwarvish, or elvish. They're all very much these weird, contorted monsters.
Shout as loud as you can. You can get a tentacle away from me.
And then you both hear, from behind you, it's always behind you,
Yeah.
the cantering of hooves. Running towards you, just charging towards you.
Just stand in front of.
Yeah, just.
Cool.
Will be the tiniest shield wall
Tiny
ever.
shield wall. So you turn and look, and there is a group of about 15 human horsemen all with knocked arrows, and they just unleash a hell of arrows at you.
Oh, great.
Sure.
You're trying to turtle it, but with 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I left my shield in the throw roll.
I think I should have got eaten by the
I'm
Feywild.
feeling mine probably got consumed
I
with
hope
me.
in like 3 years' time we go
Shield's
back
not
to the
identical.
Feywild and we
Yeah.
just find a
It's like-
half-buried shield for no reason.
Cool. So 8 of them are hitting you.
Awesome.
You're dead.
Right.
So I
You just
I have 14 hit points.
are you fucking dead?
Oh,
yeah.
it's fucking
You're
dead.
dead. You're dead whilst the arrows are still piling into your corpse. Fortunately, as you sort of get thrown back, you knock into Parr, and most of your body hit gets most of the arrows through them. So only a couple pass through to Parr.
Yay, pinkish.
Let's cover.
Thank you. More one out for you later.
But that's for the 25
that's
will
so
still
hard.
hit you.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's a dwarf.
So he's been attacked by
And
a
you take
ladder.
18 points of piercing damage.
Woo! That's a lot for one bow.
Multiple.
Yes. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please, because as it hits you, there's
Oh, really?
I rolled a 1.
perfect.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, because as they hit you, there's like this.
That's a
pulse.
total of 6.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Not enough.
There's this pulse in your shoulder, and your arm goes numb, and then
Wouldn't
your
I need that to hit
chest.
things
Well, that makes
with.
difference, but wouldn't that be if you're level 5? Isn't that plus 7?
Oh yeah, whatever. I didn't check that.
Your arm goes numb, and then your chest starts to go numb, and your legs go numb, and you sort of slump to the floor,
Oh, it's Novocaine.
and your eyes start like drifting, and not focusing, and the horsemen ride up to you.
You become someone.
They get you just as your consciousness fades, and you think, as they get to you, something's not quite right about those horsemen. They don't seem to have any human legs. There just seems to be
The fuck?
one body. That's the last thing you have before you pass out.
Cool.
Cool.
And that's the end.
You put some weird shit into your backstory.
Yeah, I did. I like it. I like it.
There we go. So, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed.
Amazing. You did that.
Lol, clusterfuck.
It was always going to
Remember
be
your
fun.
comrades play.
Thank you. I'll
Yeah.
treasure this.
Yeah, so 5 NPCs in an hour and 20 minutes is fine.
It's all good.
We only died in the first combat.
Yeah. I think that's why we suddenly gained a cleric.
The cleric was always there. I legitimately forgot about the cleric. The
Spend-
cleric was important
No.
because you couldn't get anywhere without the cleric.
Yeah.
The fuck was the cleric called?
Orsic.
I'm glad that you got it just from looking at the pictures I drew.
Think
Did
good.
it
But yeah.
well then.
So there, a little bit of insight into Parr's backstory, and at some point you'll find out
Where he is.
where he was, is, and what happened. Thank you very much for watching. Please do stay tuned for the rest of the stuff. You've got 5 more session zeros to come and 3 missions, which are going to be a lot of fun and awesomeness. And it's going to be great. And then the campaign starts. So, if you've just found us, yay!
Hello.
You've come at the perfect time.
Yep, you've come to the perfect time. Welcome to the start of a new campaign. It is a homebrew campaign. Go watch Nathan's. I think it's going to be called. It'll probably be called Eldoran Session 0 or something along those
something like
lines. And this will be like Parr Session 0, something along those lines. So go watch that and then come back and this will make. Well, no, that
Marginally
other one will make more
More
sense.
sense, yeah.
Having watched this one first, but it doesn't really matter. And stay and watch the rest of them because it's going to be awesome.
Did Nathan's character actually open a bottle and a load of pink and purple mist come out?
Yeah, it's definitely that.
Cool.
I mean, something opened, there was something gained, and there was definitely purple involved.
Oh really?
That's all I'm saying.
There's a tease.
Go watch it.
Oh shit.
There's a tease.
I have no idea what happened.
I do.
Oh, no, you
No,
don't.
you don't.
Yeah, I know you don't. You played Hearthstone.
I heard things.
I know what happened and I'm happy.
Well, yeah,
Of
you were
course you
there.
do. You're the play DM.
Yeah.
You know more than what happened.
Yeah, you know everything.
I know what
literally wrote
happened.
it.
I know what happened when you guys don't know what happened. I know all the things that happened.
Hey man, I wrote this one.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Go find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and subscribe and like and all that stuff.
Twitch.
Goodbye.